Okay, so you want to get your music in TV shows, films, or commercials? It's a competitive field, but definitely achievable with the right approach. Let's break down how to make it happen and who you should be talking to. Think of it like this. You're not just trying to sell your music, you're trying to solve a problem. Filmmakers, TV producers, and advertisers all need music to enhance their projects, and you want to be the solution. 1. Understanding the lay of the land and the lingo. Before you even think about pitching, you need to understand the world of music licensing. Here are some key terms you need to know. Sync licensing, or synchronization license, is the license you grant that allows someone to sync your music with a visual medium, like film, TV, or a commercial. This is what you're aiming for. Okay, so let's break this down. The master recording is the original, finished recording of your song. The publishing, or composition, refers to the underlying song itself. That's the melody, lyrics, and structure. The publisher, which is often you, or maybe a publishing company, controls these rights. Now let's talk about PROs, or performance rights organizations. These are groups like ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC that collect royalties for public performances of your music, like when your song gets played on TV, radio, or, in a bar. It's super important to make sure you're affiliated with one, and there's also Creative Commons. Some artists choose to release their music under Creative Commons licenses, which basically grant certain usage rights for free. This might be a good strategy for building exposure, but honestly, you should understand the terms carefully. Metadata, huh? This is all the information about your song that's embedded in the audio file, like the title, artist, genre, writer, publisher, and so on. Having accurate and complete metadata is honestly crucial. So preparing your music for the big time is super important. Quality is king and queen, honestly. This might seem obvious, but your music really has to be professionally produced, mixed, and mastered. No one is going to consider a poorly recorded track, no matter how good the song itself is. And, genre versatility matters a lot too. Think about the kinds of scenes and scenarios where your music would fit. Is it perfect for a teenage drama, maybe an action movie, or even a romantic comedy? The more versatile your catalog is, the better your chances are. Another crucial step is to create instrumental versions of your songs. This is super essential for a lot of sync placements, since the director might want to use just the melody without vocals, or maybe put a voiceover on top of it. Also, make sure to prepare clean edits, basically versions without any explicit lyrics, and ideally, stems. Stems are the individual tracks like drums, bass, guitar, vocals. This gives music supervisors maximum flexibility, which they really appreciate. And finally, clearance is key. You need to make sure you own all the rights to your music, or at least have permission to use it. You must be able to grant a sync license if someone wants to use your track. Any uncleared samples or copyright issues are, honestly, a total deal breaker. Okay, so you've got amazing music, it's professionally produced, and you've got all your rights in order. Now who do you contact? There are a few key players you should know about. Music supervisors. These are the people directly responsible for choosing and licensing music for film, TV shows, and sometimes even commercials. They are, honestly, your primary target. How do you find them? Well, networking is key. Try to attend film festivals, music conferences, and industry events whenever you can. And don't forget, websites like IMDb Pro often list music supervisors for specific projects. LinkedIn can also be super helpful. Now, a couple of key considerations. Music supervisors are incredibly busy. Don't waste their time with music that isn't high quality or relevant. It's really important to research their past projects to get a sense of their style. So, music libraries and licensing companies, well, they basically represent a catalog of music and pitch it to music supervisors. They really act as a middleman, taking a percentage of the licensing fee. One of the pros here is that they can get your music in front of a wider audience of potential buyers. But, there are some cons too. These companies do take a cut, and honestly, your music might get lost in a large catalog. It's important to research libraries carefully. Some are more selective and successful than others. Production companies and advertising agencies are another route. While you'll likely be dealing with a music supervisor at these companies eventually, Building relationships with producers and creative directors can actually be really beneficial. They might be able to recommend your music to their supervisors, which could open up some great opportunities. If you're just starting out, you might want to consider reaching out directly to independent filmmakers or student film productions. This can honestly be a great way to gain experience and start building your portfolio. Alright, so crafting your pitch really matters. Research. Know the person you're contacting, get familiar with their past projects and the type of music they typically use. Sending a generic, one-size-fits-all email will, probably just be ignored. Keep it short and sweet because music supervisors get like hundreds of emails every single day. Get to the point quickly and clearly state what you're offering. And hey, include a personalized introduction. Mention something specific about their work that you admire. That really shows you've done your homework. So here's what you want to do. Provide a direct link to a curated playlist of your most relevant tracks. Make sure the playlist is easy to access and listen to, you know? Use a platform like SoundCloud, Box, or Dropbox. And really, do not send attachments. It's super important to state clearly that you own all the rights to your music and that it's ready for licensing. And if you don't hear back within a week or two, just send a polite follow-up email. But remember, don't be pushy or demanding. Always be professional and respectful. Treat everyone with respect, even if you don't get the outcome you want. The music industry is actually pretty small and honestly, reputations really do matter. Here are a few extra tips for success. First, build your online presence. It's really important to have a professional website that features your music, your biography, and your contact information. Also, be active on social media. You know, keep people engaged, and don't forget, network. Try to attend industry events, connect with other musicians and filmmakers, and just focus on building those relationships. Be patient and persistent because getting your music placed in TV shows, films, or commercials takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results right away. And don't be afraid to experiment. Explore different genres and styles of music to expand your catalog. Always read contracts carefully. When you do get an offer, have an attorney review the contract before you sign anything. It's really important to make sure you understand the terms and conditions. In conclusion, getting your music placed in visual media is a marathon, not a sprint. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check out the description of this video. We have a list of music libraries you can pitch your music to that you can download as an ebook.